If you care about your audio fidelity at all, you've probably heard something about the Loudness Wars. And let's get to the bottom of that. Without getting too much into the physics of sound, it all starts with the sound source and a microphone to record it. The microphone turns the sound into electrical impulses, which are then turned digital by some sort of analog to digital converter, usually called an audio interface. Unless, of course, you're using some other way of recording. But back to the matter at hand. The digital world is, of course, full of ones and zeros. So the electrical impulses, which were once sound, are now binary code. Lots of code. About 82,687,200 ones and zeros for a minute of audio on a CD. But eventually it does stop. Let's look at just the volume portion of digitized audio at, say, 24 bits. That means we have 24 ones or zeros for the smallest moment to say how loud something is. And when they're all ones, well, it's as loud as it can be. It gets to be a problem when the sound gets louder than we have space for ones and zeros, doesn't it? That's when we get something called clipping. That causes distortion, and that's a problem. It's become a trend recently to try and get as close to that line as possible, to make records as loud as they can possibly be on the radio. This is done through compression, which takes the quiet bits and makes them louder while trying to keep the loud stuff from clipping. Let me explain a little bit better. This is something that's not compressed. The peaks and valleys show the parts of the song that are quiet and louder. There's a range between them. The more compression we add, the more the peaks and valleys disappear, and you can already tell it's starting to sound a bit unnatural. The range between the lowest parts and the highest parts is getting much smaller. Sometimes producers go over the edge and just let the CDs clip. This isn't the way to get heard. It's just a way to hearing loss.